Destinations worldwide are quoting Indian travelers, including countries in Africa. Authorities in several African nations are ramping up their efforts to attract visitors from the rapidly growing market. Tanzanian officials in particular view Indian travelers as an important segment in their efforts to boost the country's growing tourism industry. DD India's Isaac Lucando has more.
Last year, Tanzania saw 1.8 million tourists land on its soil, compared to a high of 1.5 million visitors recorded before the COVID-19 pandemic. The government is now looking to India to boost that number.
In our research, we have seen the need to improve tourism advertisement and expand the use of technology in that regard. You'll see that there are emerging tourism markets such as Latin America and India, where we have exhausted just 1.7% of their tourism potential.
Tour operators in Tanzania are looking forward to this new development, as they feel the Indian diaspora could play a part in attracting tourists from the subcontinent.
We see a huge number of families who want to come and visit Tanzania. They travel in groups of 7 people, 6 people, sometimes more, 20 to 30 people, and they come visit their family members. We've seen an increase in travel, in ticketing, in hotel bookings, in activities and excursions that they want to do together as a family.
The number of Indian tourists visiting Tanzania has been growing, with available statistics showing that in 2017 alone, about 39,000 tourists from India were granted pre-departure visas to Tanzania. In the same vein, Air Tanzania resumed its operations in India 4 years ago after a sabbatical of 20 years. Most of Tanzania's tourists come from the US and Europe, but after the COVID-19 pandemic, the government is shifting its focus to Asia. It's hoping that the large populations in countries like India will help fuel the growth ambitions of its tourism sector. In anticipation of increased tourists, the government is dealing with potential pitfalls.
There exists a challenge of increasing the number of accommodations and improving their quality. So I call on the private sector to work on this to ensure our guests have a positive experience, considering that 40% of the tourists coming here do so after being informed of our hospitality.
Tanzania's earnings from tourism in 2023 saw a growth of over 33%, reaching $3.3 billion from $2.5 billion the previous year. The government is hoping that success in tapping into the Indian tourism market will keep this number soaring. Isaac Lucando in Dar es Salaam, reporting for DD India.